The Portland Timbers play their 8th and final game of May tomorrow night against Colorado at 7:30 from Providence Park, facing the Rapids, a team they've had a lot of success against since Phil Neville's tenure, and even before that. A result in 6 of 7 over Colorado, outscoring them 18-5 in that time, giving them a little bit of extra confidence going into the game. Speaking of, Anthony has almost half of his career goals against the Rapids.
We know he's had a good record against them. Anthony, I think, just needs to get back up to his level. I think he's dipped a little bit in terms of energy-wise the last few games, which is understandable. I think he's played more minutes than any other player this season, in a variety of different roles as well. And we've had Omir Fernandez, Ari Laster's come. I think he's in really good form, so we've got options to freshen it up in those positions as well.
One of my favorite storylines going into this game is Timbers midfielder and attacker Omir Fernandez, who has started the last 2 games, one as a holding midfielder. I asked him about it, said it's the first time he's really played there, another in a more familiar left wing slot. But it's so interesting because he was traded from Colorado just a month and a half ago, and he even played against the Portland Timbers 2 months ago as a member of the Rapids in a then 3-0 loss for Colorado. I asked him what it's going to be like facing a lot of his former friends and teammates. You don't have to share any details, but does the coaching staff go to you and say, hey, what do you think, considering you got a pretty close eye on a lot of those guys for a year and a half?
Yeah, obviously he's going to check in on me and be like, yo, they're kind of doing this. What do you see? And it's kind of just my intake on what I see and how I know the players and kind of their behaviors and the behaviors of the coaching staff. And obviously I've played against Portland many times last year. So I kind of know the ideology of what they're maybe thinking in a way of trying to play against Portland. So obviously they hear my input, but I'm sure they've done their homework and like I said, they know more than me, obviously.
Cristian Paredes is one of the longest tenured Timbers, only after Diego Chara, and he earned the honor of being captain on Saturday in the 1-0 loss to Orlando. While it was not a great overall team performance, I thought the partnership of Cristian Paredes and David Echallet was very bright, and Paredes spoke to the honor of earning the captain's armband.
La verdad que fue un orgullo, ¿no? Sabemos lo que significa este club para nosotros, yo que llevo muchos años acá también, y trato de hacer un buen trabajo porque sabemos que el primer capitán es el Diego, después viene el Pipe, y cuando ellos no están me toca también a mí, así que muy contento de tenerlo.
It was a proud moment for me. I know what it means for the club, and anytime I will try to do a good job, especially because I know first captain is Diego, and then it's Felipe, and then me.
He's done a good job to fight for his place and showed Phil what you can do, and Phil's all about that. You perform and it'll give you a chance to play in the match. So I think the competition within them, that midfield is so high that, Phil's got some luxury that we can pick from certain players that are all on top of their job and doing what they should do.
Coming into this game, Colorado is just 1 point behind the Portland Timbers, who are in a 3-way tie for 4th place with the same amount of points as Seattle and LAFC. With their next 3 games at home, it doesn't necessarily demand 9 points, but the expectations of getting a result in all 3 of these games is realistic, and considering the fatigue of playing 3 games a week for the entirety of the month is now over. They only play a total of 3 matches in June, so the Portland Timbers can put out their strongest 11 in this game, and I think they will.
There is going to be big momentum swings all the way through the season. I think every team suffers that, every team witnesses that and experiences that, so we've just got to make sure during the momentum swings either way we remain neutral. And what I sense from the team is that they're enjoying being together, they're enjoying the challenge. There's a long way to go. I think what is tomorrow the halfway point maybe in the season, or nearly. So I think we've overcome, or this group's overcome every challenge that's come their way. I feel as if tomorrow night, the next 3 games, is another challenge for this group to probably give us a real good gauge about where we're going to be at the end of the season.
At the end of training, Phil Neville provided donuts for media, or maybe more so it was his wife getting donuts for him, and he was re-gifting them to us. Nonetheless, I still appreciate mini donuts in the morning no matter where they come from. But Portland's match tomorrow with Colorado is going to be a fun one. It's a team they've done so well against. And if you watched Colorado play at Providence Park last year, you saw the Portland Timbers score 8 goals against them, and hopefully they add another 4 or so. Talk to you tomorrow on the post-game report from Providence Park.